Good evening, everyone. Today is the 17th of January, 2024. It's about 9:30. It warmed up to be a beautiful day. It got up to about 35 today. What a stark difference than it's been. You know, I want to look at a very unusual chapter in the Bible tonight. I want to look at the 54th chapter of Isaiah. And the last verse of that chapter in 17, it says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord." You know, there's an awful lot in that verse. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. We have no righteousness of our own. Righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Well, this chapter starts out by saying, "Sing, O barren, thou that didst not bear, break forth into singing, and cry aloud, thou that didst not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith the Lord. Enlarge the place of thy tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of thine habitations. Spare not, lengthen thy cords, and strengthen thy stakes. For thou shalt break forth on the right hand and on the left, and thy seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. Fear not, for thou shalt not be ashamed. Neither be thou confounded, for thou shalt not be put to shame. For thou shalt forget the shame of thy youth, and thou shalt not remember the reproach of thy widowhood any more. For thy Maker is thine husband. The Lord of hosts is his name. And the Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, the God of the whole earth, shall he be called. For the Lord hath called thee as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth whom thou wast refused, saith thy God. For a small moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather thee. In a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord thy Redeemer. But this is as the waters of Noah unto me, for as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go on over the earth, so have I sworn that I would not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee. For the mountains shall depart and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord that hath mercy on thee. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted, behold, I will lay thy stones with fair colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphires. And I will make thy windows of agates, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones. And all thy children shall be taught of the Lord, and great shall be the peace of thy children. In righteousness shalt thou be established. Thou shalt be far from oppression, for thou shalt not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near thee. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waste to destroy. The waster to destroy. But no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and that their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Well, we all have had desolate times that we've had to go through in our lives. And it may have seemed to us at the time that we were going through those times that God had left us, that He had forsaken us. But this chapter reveals to us that God has not left us desolate. He says that for the mountains shall depart and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Lord that hath mercy on thee. He says that their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. We should take great comfort from this chapter. We should realize that underneath us are the everlasting arms of God. We should realize that even though we've had to go through some tough times, sometimes we've had to go through certain things that we felt like we could never come out of. They cause us much grief and sorrow and pain. But the prophet Isaiah here gives us great comfort. Because we have been given a covenant, and God has brought us into an everlasting covenant with Him before the foundation of the world. He says, in a little wrath I hid my face from thee for a moment, but with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Lord thy Redeemer. Well, we've been afflicted sometimes, we've been tossed, we've been in confusion, and we felt like we've been oppressed. But God says that He will be with us forever. He will not forsake us. I'm glad to know that we can trust in an everlasting salvation. It was not given to us here today and gone tomorrow, but it's eternal. And God knows everything we're having to go through in our lives, and He will sustain us and hold us up. May we be encouraged and know this, that underneath us are the everlasting arms of God. May the good Lord be with you tonight in a special way is my prayer. God bless.